more topics and I am Anandamayi Deji with you. The real story behind Prateek and Aparna's divorce. In our society, marriages take place and after marriage, the responsibility of managing the household traditionally falls on the woman. She is taught how to keep the family together, how to protect the family's honor. She is considered the embodiment of the family's dignity, the goddess of prosperity in the home. The woman was happy with these things. She accepted this life, and even today, these ideas are deeply ingrained in a woman's psyche. But the story changes when a woman faces humiliation and scolding in her daily life, when her words are ignored and dismissed as worthless. From childhood, a woman is taught to eat only after feeding others. She is intoxicated by love until one day she realizes she has no value. Then a terrible question arises: does she have no existence of her own? These words spiles her heart. They force her to repeatedly question herself. Does she have no existence? Does she truly lack the capabilities that would earn her respect? The question she asked herself, rising above weakness, becomes her strength. It becomes her courage. Girls become mature at the age of 11. The reason is their physical development and changes. The experience tell them how they will be viewed in the coming years, what their usefulness will be. Then she begins to observe her society. She looks around. She explores the minds of other women. She sees the suffering and lives of other women, which she will face in the future. At this moment, she has the opportunity to achieve everything that will earn her respect, so that she can do justice to her soul, to her existence, so that she is not affiliated by the feelings of inferiority, that she cannot do anything and that her life is completely dependent on her husband or someone else. A woman's story begins here. Even though she will still look like the little girl of the house who will get married in after 10 years, her parents feel a sense of responsibility and they gradually detach themselves from their daughter, so that saying goodbye to her won't be too painful. This is reflected in their behavior and can be felt. The changes are not only happening inside her body but also externally. This realization makes her feel the change, and then the future frightens her. The customs and tradition of society terrify her, and she feels alone. The question keeps running through her mind: does she not have her own existence? Does she not have her own identity? Is she not capable of surviving in this world? This question rises through her mind. The changes become visible externally. She begins to understand what a woman's life responsibility and compromise entail. After this, she has a 10-year widow and she throws herself into proving herself. But this mission within her brings about change, and then external obstacles block her path, causing destruction, bringing storms and destinies. It is here that a woman learns to fight with herself. She has to save the battle for her own existence from her own self-surrender. As time passes, the struggle and pressure intensify. This is where a woman transforms. Some become heroines while others become villains. While the physical, mental, familial and social circumstances of adolescence transform one woman into a resilient heroine, the same circumstances can transform another woman into a villain. Today, this change is becoming increasingly evident, and this is why divorce rates are rising. A man who in his mind reads the old narrative of a woman's nature and destiny and imagines repeating it is deceived not by the woman but by the flawed imagination he harbors within himself. He doesn't openly discuss the future, and by the time the future arrives, it is run. The love story of Aparna Yadav and Prateek Yadav is also about to collapse in this very labyrinth. The story of Aparna Yadav and Prateek Yadav has become public because they posted about it on their social media. This is not that the story of an ordinary family, but the story of a political family. In our society, a woman's freedom is still not respected. Today equates freedom with her comfort, her food, drink and clothing. That's what he considers freedom. But she wants freedom of thoughts. She wants her thought to be respected. This doesn't happen and their paths diverge. Thoughts are a profound matter, but they are the root of life. In marriage, two people come together because they like each other, find each other attractive, possesses skill, and both sides can take on responsibility. But the axis around which the entire life revolves is true. It is emotion. It is the inner self about which there is no discussion. How one person views life and how the other views it, this remains unknown. And later, when one party refuses to compromise, their paths separate. Sometimes it becomes a battle of egos. Sometimes a battle of existence. Prateek Yadav is the stepbrother of Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav. Prateek Yadav is the son of Mulayam Singh Yadav and Sadhana Gupta. His marriage was celebrated with great pomp and show. Many prominent figures from political families attended the wedding. It was a love story that culminated in marriage, and today they have a happy family with 2 daughters. If a divorce happens, these daughters will bear the brunt of it. It will affect their upbringing. Prateek Yadav will live his life and Aparna Yadav will live hers. But this divorce will deeply impact the lives of their 2 daughters and change their mental and emotional development. The first sign of trouble appeared when Aparna Yadav joined the BJP in 2022. After having previously contested elections on a Samajwadi Party ticket. However, she later had differences with the party and joined the BJP. This often happens in politics. When there are differences with one party, there is criticism and commentary, and then people join another party. Later, the same people return to the party and everything becomes normal. This kind of thing happens in politics, but when a housewife does it, it's a sign of an impending storm. When Tej Pratap Yadav's love affair came to light, his father Lalu Prasad Yadav expelled him from the party and the family. Almost 10 months later at a Dahi Chura, a tradition Bihari dish, feast Lalu Yadav's affection for his son resurfaced. He declared that the period of estrangement was over. However, when Tejaswi didn't attend Tej Pratap's Dahi Chura event and the media questioned him about it, Tej Pratap said that his brother wakes up late. He also went on to suggest merging Tejaswi Yadav's party with his own. The same party that once belonged to Lalu Yadav, a 35-year-old party that ruled Bihar for decades and whose name is synonymous with an era in Bihar's history. This is the same Rashtriya Janata Dal party that gave identity to Lalu Yadav, Tejaswi Yadav and Tej Pratap Yadav and many leaders. On the other hand, the daughter who donated a kidney to her father, who still has half her life ahead of her and has her own family who still has half her life ahead of her and has her own family, was subjected to abuse when she, as a daughter, questioned the poor state of her father's party. She was left speechless. Her heart broke into 100 pieces. Weeping the distraught, she left the party and her family and went to her in-law's house. Today, she is completely forgotten. All those events prove that society has still not risen about its old mindset. A woman is considered good only as long as her feelings and thoughts are subservient to a man. There is one kind of person who lives their life peacefully and another who doesn't live a life of mere existence. Their perspectives on life are different, and this is where a relationship between two people breaks down. The story of Aparna Yadav and Prateek Yadav doesn't suggest a lack of love or respect between them, but rather a difference in their perspectives on life. Prateek Yadav was the kind of man who preferred a peaceful life, while Aparna Yadav was a woman with a strong desire to leave her mark on the world. If you reverse this situation, where the woman is the one who prefers a peaceful life and the man is the one who wants to leave his mark, then the wife is proud of her husband and society is proud of such a man. That woman doesn't receive enough love and attention from her husband, yet she is still happy, content and supportive. But when a woman becomes like this, divorce often follows. This is the harsh reality of today's society.